In this video, we're going to go over Amazon search engine optimization tips. I covered some of these things generally when I was showing you how you can list on Amazon, but I'm going to go a little bit more in depth now on certain elements so that you can see why they're important and then also figure out different ways that you can do them really easily. And as we go into the video, you'll understand what I mean by that. Now, first I should say is that I don't use these all the time. This is for when I'm really trying to optimize different things. But if you want to just do the most low mess, low fuss approach, you don't need to worry about this too much. And, I just want you to be armed with the information. And then you saw in the other video that when you go to the AMZ tool, it also does track your rankings, so you can see if this is working for you or not. You could also, of course, check manually. So some of the different things. Okay, I mentioned the last video, I said 250 characters. It's actually 200 characters in your title is better for Amazon search engine optimization. Try not to make it super verbose where you have every keyword possible. This is going to result in a better user experience. And that's the other thing, by the way. The more relevant your title is, and the more people click through to your product listing, the more Amazon is going to continue showing your product listing when people search for that keyword, because they want people to be able to find items that are relevant to them. So for example, if everyone's typing in knitting mug and they're finding your mug, but they don't like it or they don't feel it's relevant, you're going to get penalized for that. And of course, on the other side, if you have a knitting mug that says knitting mug and lots of people are clicking through and buying it, then Amazon's going to keep giving you more and more love. Again, you want to use your keywords in the title, bullet points, and description. So as often as you can. Bonus points, by the way, in your description if you bold your keywords and make them a little bit bigger. So especially the number one keyword that you want to use, put that in the beginning of your description, and then if you just do some HTML tags in the description to make it a little bit bigger and bold would be awesome. 6+ images is what people recommend for Amazon. You already have 2 images when it comes to using the mockups from Gearbubble because you have the front and the back of each image, and then you can easily grab more mockups. If you are on the Gearbubble Facebook group, Dawn is constantly giving out all kinds of mockups that you can use to put your products on, and then you're going to get mockups here as part of this course that you can take your designs and put those right on. Then, the thing is with Amazon, you need the 6 images. The first one, or you don't need 6 images, you only need 1 image. Really, you could do it without any images, but that's not going to help very much. But that main picture is going to have the picture of the product with a white background. Other images could be all kinds of things. You could have something talking about how the mugs are dishwasher and microwave safe, for example. There are all kinds of different things. The rule of thumb is to have at least 2 high-resolution images. That's apparently what the Amazon gods enjoy. The more you can give, the better. And I think this really comes down to the more pictures gives the customers a more accurate representation of what they're going to be getting, which results in a better user experience, which results in more purchases, both short-term and long-term for Amazon. Again, feel free to grab my mockups. You're going to be able to get a bunch more image variations with this, and we worked really hard to get really fantastic mockups. We had people actually go out and buy mugs and then take pictures with them and different things, so you have completely unique mockups, especially on the couples ones. The couples ones are really cool where you have a man and a woman both holding a mug, and it makes things look unique and definitely different than you could find normally. Next is having a 1,000+ word description. I haven't done this on most of my older mugs and I still made sales, but if you're trying to do everything you possibly can to get sales, it would probably be a great idea to come up with some kind of a template, and I'll give you templates for the descriptions as well. Then if you want to modify a little bit for your needs, a 1,000+ word description that goes over the mugs and gives you different things where you can incorporate your keywords. So again, this is just giving the customer more information about what the product is, which results in that better customer experience. Reviews. I don't have a lot of reviews, especially on my older mugs. I've mentioned this a couple times, but if you're really wanting to supercharge these listings, then reviews are definitely helpful, because I'm sure you probably do it yourself, where if you're searching for something, you may search by reviews to see what people like the best. Now, sometimes it doesn't matter as much because you have a keyword like funny knitting mug where maybe there's not a bunch of different funny knitting mugs, so you don't have as much competition. But if you do have more broad mugs, then more reviews would be extremely helpful. So there's a couple ways you can do that. Obviously asking family and friends, and there's the AMZ tool, different things. I'm going to have a video that goes over this. But for now, just know reviews will help. And to make it especially helpful, ask people who leave you reviews to use the keyword you're going after in the review title. For example, if one of your keywords is funny knitting mug, have them label their review. This is an awesome and funny knitting mug, or funny knitting mug fails or never fails to disappoint. Something, because that is going to like 100% help you with getting higher in the search engine. I've done this before when I've been selling other physical goods on Amazon, and it's one of the things that always kind of just catapults the listings. Next, this one is a little bit of a ninja tip, but when you're asking people for reviews, give them a link that includes your keyword plus the ASIN number of your product. Let me show you what that means. Let's say you're going after the keyword knitting mug. If you go and click on your mug, let's say this is your mug, and then scroll down, you're going to have an ASIN number for the product. So let's copy that. And then if we go back to Amazon and do a search for knitting mug, and then copy the ASIN number, this is going to come up like that. And so now this is showing Amazon that when people search for a knitting mug, and this comes up, and then all the people click through and buy, and they leave their reviews, that this product has a lot to do with knitting mugs, and that's going to also help your search engine ranking. So you would just copy and paste this URL up here, and then that's exactly what you would give people when you're asking them to go through and purchase or leave reviews. Lastly, fulfillment by Amazon is helpful, but it's unnecessary. You don't necessarily need to do it. But as I've mentioned in past videos, you could always do it for more popular ones later. So when I say FBA, I mean fulfillment by Amazon, which means that you would get bulk amounts of mugs, ship them over to Amazon, and then Amazon would house them in their fulfillment centers on your behalf. So this way, all of the products that you send there will have the Amazon Prime label, and so anyone who gets the Amazon Prime, which is the free 2-day shipping, will have your mugs included. If you get a certain amount of sales on your items, then Amazon will start to let you offer that on your listings, but unfortunately you don't get it right away. You have to kind of prove yourself before they'll let you do that. You have to have a certain amount of shipments in the past. I think it's 7 days, and you have to have gotten them out within a certain amount of time, and all these different variables, and then you'll be able to do that. The thing with FBA though, there's a lot of fees with FBA. When I look at my mugs, there are a lot of fees for the mugs. I think it's $1 in fees just for them to label your mugs, to put the barcodes, and then my fees, even though the mugs are all the same size, I'm paying between $5.26 to $6.64 on top of that dollar every time a mug sells with the fulfillment by Amazon. And the other thing with Amazon is it can be kind of frustrating because I would say at least 80% of the time there's some kind of a problem with my shipment. I might send 36 mugs, which is in a case, and they'll only say that they have, let's say, 30 of them. Or sometimes shipments just completely go missing. Or sometimes they'll put in the wrong measurements for the mugs. So one time I had a bill for something like over $1,000 because they had 20 mugs or something there, and they were saying it was a storage fee because of the measurements of the mugs. I mean, it's really like you have to be very vigilant if you want to use FBA to make sure that there's no problems going on. Customer service is always awesome, but it's just not so spectacular to always have to be following up, especially since you can't reply to the emails. You have to always go back into Seller Central and copy and paste and all that. But it is really good for getting more sales. So just weigh the pros and cons. Maybe just start with one product if you decide you want to do it, see how it goes, and then you can add on from there. All right, well, that is Amazon SEO. Hopefully this helps you kind of get more of an idea of the different things you can do to get higher rankings. And in the next video, we're going to go over how you can get more reviews.